Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. My name is Brittany and I am a third-year medical student, whoop whoop, and I am excited to make this video for you all today. It's going to be all about me starting third-year clinical rotations or third-year clinical clerkships. So if you are new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you have been here before, thank you for holding me down. Make sure you share this video with some of your friends who may be interested in medical school or they're starting clerkships themselves. And just spread the word. Give this video a thumbs up if you're feeling it, if you like it. And yeah, let's get right into it. So it is the Sunday before I start clerkships, and I actually start tomorrow. And right now I'm just like running a few errands, so I thought I would like give you all a little bit of a background on like what this next phase in my medical education is all about. I'm about to walk into Earthbear because I need to pick up a few things. So just really quick, I finished with my first 2 years of medical school. I took my step 1 exam, I passed it, thank God, and then I took some time off of school to conduct research. I traveled, I went on a service learning trip to the Dominican Republic, I presented my research, I worked as a standardized patient and a physical exam teaching assistant in our learning and assessment center at my university. And I did all these things and I relaxed them, and now it's time for me to start my clerkships. And for those of you who don't know what clinical rotations or clerkships are, it's basically, it gives students the opportunity to gain exposure to clinic and hospital-based medicine. And so what we do is we integrate the information that we've learned in our first 2 years of medical school to real-life patients in real-life scenarios. We're now either based in the hospital or the clinic, and we become a part of the healthcare team. And so we work alongside interns, residents, nurses, social workers, attendings, everyone that's a part of the healthcare team. We are assigned our own patients, and we are responsible for knowing those patients inside and out, from the time that they're admitted to the time that they're discharged. All right, so this is a very different experience than your first 2 years. We're in the classroom, attending lectures, and then going to study in the library for long hours at a time. Now, you are in the hospital, you're in the clinic, you're taking care of patients, you're responsible for obtaining their history, performing physical exams, giving oral presentations, attending like rounds, and all of these things. I think what I'm looking for is right here. Boom. For anyone that wants like a natural deodorant, this is what I use. I always like this one. I think this is the right one. Yeah. So you attend lectures, you round on your patients, you do physical exams, and then you present this information to the rest of the healthcare team. You come up with your plan, your assessment, your plan, and then you work with the team to formulate your treatment strategy or the treatment plan. It's a very, very different experience. I feel like it's our opportunity to actually get to learn how to be doctors and how to treat patients and take care of them, and how to communicate with them effectively. And so it's like, this is the real reason why we come to medical school. Like, yes, all of the information is great, we need to know all that stuff to take care of our patients, but it also is it can be kind of like demoralizing to be studying all the time. Alright, so in addition to your clinical responsibilities, you are still required to study for your exam. So each clinical rotation ends with a written exam that's administered by the NBME and the National Board of Medical Examinations, or something along those lines. They give, at the end of each clerkship, they give an exam, a standardized exam that everyone around the country takes to assess, like, it basically covers like everything that you've learned on the clerkship, like all of like the information that you were supposed to learn. And just to kind of rewind, so how the third year works is like each medical student rotates through different specialties. So for me, I start on psychiatry, and then after I have like 6 weeks of psychiatry, and then after I'm finished with psychiatry, I am on OBGYN, and then after OBGYN, I am on family medicine and neuro, and then I'm on peds, and then medicine, and then surgery. So you rotate for different amounts of times through each of those specialties, and you basically learn what those doctors do, how they treat patients, what cases they see, etc. So each clerkship is run differently. There are different requirements for each clerkship, and it's just like, really, you just have to learn on the job, learn what you do in your peds rotation may be drastically different from what you do in your surgery rotation. The expectations might be different, and so it's all about being flexible and being adaptable, and just being quick on your toes. And so I'm excited for it, but I'm also, can't lie, I'm very nervous about it too, especially with the studying portion, because you might be in the hospital from sun up to sundown, but then you still have to go home and study. And so we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna go check out now. So today I am just running errands and just getting myself ready to start Clerkships. I want to make sure all my ducks are in a row and I don't have anything to worry about other than doing well on my psych rotation. And right now I'm going to have breakfast with my love, and he's waiting for me because they called us. Our table's ready. But I'm very excited to be starting on psych. I think it's a great way to just ease into rotations. It's not one of those like hard. It's not considered like one of the hard rotations like surgery per se or medicine per se. So I think it'll be a nice way for me to ease my way into what is expected out of us in Clerkship. And yeah, so I'm very happy with my schedule, and I'll keep you all with me as I go throughout my day and just show you all how I'm preparing myself for this next phase. So we just finished grocery shopping. This week I'm gonna try to keep it very simple and very convenient and low maintenance. So I got oatmeal for the morning time and some bananas that still need to ripen, some Belvitas for a snack, and then I love these seeds of change bags. They're very convenient. You just pop them in the microwave for 90 seconds and they are amazing. This mojo chicken that was on sale for like $5 or $6 at Publix. Some broccoli, which I'm gonna roast in the oven and be more convenient, and voila, I'll have a full meal for breakfast and lunch, and dinner we'll figure out later. Alright, so I'm back home. I just finished running a few errands after breakfast, and I went to like the grocery store to get some groceries for the week, and I came back home, and I just wanted to let you all know about this past week. We had our orientation for clinical rotations or clinical clerkships, and during the week we had a whole bunch of different workshops and student panels, and just to kind of give you an idea of what we did, everyone in the class went and took like their photos for their VA badges, because some of us will be rotating in the VA hospital here. So because that's like a whole different government system, we have to get badged and fingerprinted and all these things for them. So we did that. We had a bunch of informational sessions and workshops like regarding financial aid, regarding like how to best care, like cultural competency and how to best care for your patients. What else do we do? So we met with our small groups, and that was really nice for me because I took time off. I'm not with the same small group, so I have a different small group, which I got to meet finally, which was a really great experience. I love my new CLG group, or my new small group, and my new small group leader, who's a family med physician. My old CLG leader was a oncologist. Surprisingly, 4 of us who were in my original small group joined the new class, but only one of them who were in my original small group is now in my new small group. So at least it was nice to have a familiar face. What else did we do? We had a mental health student panel, which we talked about wellness and just like taking care of yourself during 3rd year and reaching out for help if you need it. I'm going to do another video on that because I felt like that session was so impactful, and there were a lot of like great takeaways that I want to share about wellness and self-care and those types of things. It's particularly for students who are going to be coming into med school, because it's important that you develop like healthy strategies to cope with stress and anxiety and depression, ideally before you come into medical school. But that'll be another video. What else did we do? So we also learned about like logistics of clerkships, how they're run, what to expect. We received a lot of like feedback, helpful feedback from upperclassmen who are on their way out and are getting ready to graduate next weekend. So that was a really great resource to have. We did a refresher course on how to read EKGs, which was really helpful for me because I can't even believe how much I forgot in terms of like P waves and sinus rhythm and left ventricular heart failure and right heart block and all this stuff. So it was nice to have that refresher. And then we also learned how to navigate the electronic health record, which is like so overwhelming and so daunting because, you know, there's so many different tabs on the EMR or the EHR, and our university uses Epic, which I think a lot of hospitals do. I know my sister's hospital back in Boston where she works, they use Epic too. So she was like giving me the rundown. But yeah, just like learning how to navigate, how to write notes inside the electronic health record, and access patient information, submit orders, work orders, like all these different things that we had to learn, which was really helpful because it's important to know those things before going into the clerkship, because you do not want to waste a lot of time like fumbling around trying to figure out where everything is and trying to write your notes. So all that was very helpful. I'm back at the house now. I'm going to show you all some of the resources that I'm going to be using throughout third year and specifically for my psych clerkship. And then I'm going to be doing some editing for these videos. I have one video of when I went on, like I mentioned earlier, I went on a medical missions trip to the Dominican Republic, or service learning trip to the Dominican Republic, and I have a vlog from that. I also have a vlog from my birthday trip in Miami. My boyfriend took me to Miami for my birthday and we had a great time, so I vlogged that as well. I'll be sharing that with you. And then doing some other things like, you know, getting my morning routine together, because I plan on waking up at like 4:30 in the morning and starting my days then, because I feel like I can get a lot more done in the morning. And yeah, so just like planning out, I'm trying to think of everything I can possibly think of so I can try my best to develop some type of routine. But I will show you all what I plan to use during clerkships. All right, so I got a few different resources for the clerkship. I'll start with this one first. This is First Aid for the Psychiatry Clerkship. Everyone recommends this book, so I got it. I bought it off, I think I might have got it for free from one of the upperclassmen. It's the 3rd edition. I don't know if there's a newer edition, but I mean, I have this, it's a free version, and I also have the most recent version on my iPad. So then during orientation, we had sessions with upperclassmen or 4th years who were going into the rotations that we're starting on. So I start on psychiatry, so I sat at a table with a 4th year medical student who's matched into psychiatry, and he recommended that I get this book. It might be too bright, but yes, it's Clinical Psychopharmacology, made ridiculously simple. I just ordered it off of Amazon, and I browsed through it like briefly last night, and I think it's going to be very helpful. He highly recommended it, so I'm excited to read this, because what's most important in psych than psych drugs, psych pharm? I don't know. And then I have this. This is just general advice for clerkship success. I read this over like the past year and made some notes, and yes, this has been super helpful. And then I'm gonna have this MD medical student pocket guide that has a bunch of like helpful resources and very convenient because it can just fit right in your pocket. So it teaches you, you know, how to like write a note, your review of systems, you know, your SOAP note, your H&P and your exam. It has a lot of like helpful information, so I'm just gonna keep that in my white coat pocket. And this is just like USMLE Step 2 secrets. I'm just gonna like use that whenever I'm studying for my shelf exams, and there's a good section in Psych that I've been looking at recently. And yeah, so that'll help me. And then this, you all have seen my white coat clipboard before. I'm gonna still use that on rounds when I'm rounding on patients and giving my oral presentations. That is from, where did I get this? MD Pocket? Yeah, same place. And this is white coat clipboards. I got this from this website, mdpocket.com. And then this I'm really excited about. I got this off of Amazon, and basically it helps organize all of your patient history and physical exams. So you have your chief complaint, your HPI, your past medical history, your meds, your social history, your family history, allergies, social history, review of systems, and then on the back you have your physical exam, so you can just check off like if the patient's pupils were equal and round, if they didn't have any exudate, then there's a spot for your labs, and then your positive exam findings, your differential diagnosis, your summary, your problem list, and your assessment and plan, and any updates or notes. So I am very, very, very excited about this because I was like, how can I find a way to organize all of my patients and keep them in like a very concise, organized manner, and also make sure I get all of the information that I need when I'm taking my history and my physical. And so I found this online, and I am very, very happy about it. I can't wait to start using it. And, you know, I think it'll just look great when I'm on rounds and I don't have to shuffle through papers. I just know exactly like, okay, this is all of the information I need like right here. So yeah, I'm excited about all these different resources. I'm sure there is a lot more that you all can recommend. If you've already done your psych rotation, let me know what worked for you. I also plan on using UWorld and online med ed, and yeah, and maybe case files, but I'm just trying not to use too many resources. I want to stick to very few things and go from there. So I will link a lot of these things in the description, and for those of you who don't know, I have an Amazon store, so most of the things that I share you can find on my Amazon store. I'll put that link down in the description as well. And yeah, so now my boyfriend just left. He's going to get some food. I'm about to start editing some videos, and then I'm going to iron my white coat and put my pins on them. All right, guys. Mercy. Hey. Hi. We're just outside of Kilman's waiting for ice cream. Oh, there it is. It's coming. We needed to pick me up, so here it is. Oh yeah, bring it in. Mercy, no, it's not yours.
It's not good.
Mercy. Hi.
Just curious.